Hi, I'm Jimmy Blakeney, product designer for Isle, and in this video I'm going to walk you through in detail how to install and adjust your click fin on your Pro Series or Switch paddleboard. So your fin is going to come with a pre-installed locking disc, and it will be either in the front or the back position, but these discs are going to be either yellow or green. You should have 2 yellow and 1 green. The yellow ones are going to be stiffer or tighter and more firm, and the green one will be slightly softer. So what we can do, we can start with the green one. If the yellow one is in, you can remove it. And I like to start in the position in the center. And that goes in really easily into that center position. Once it's in, I can check and make sure my brass pin is centered on the fin. If it's not centered, I can just hit it against the ground a little bit and it will center that brass pin. That will then allow it to tilt and go into the fin box, the front of the fin box. So I slide that brass pin in and I slide it to the front of the fin box, and then I'm going to press down and that's going to lock it in, and then I'm going to slide it back. Now with this particular box, you'll notice it's pretty snug, and it can pop out pretty easily, but when it's all the way to the front of the box and only half the disc is in, it slides in easily, and then I slide it back. All right. To remove it, you can use your hand, but you can also take your leash and use that as a padding, and I also like to have my knee on the board, and then it comes out really easily, and then we can remove it. If you want this to be tighter, you can either move the disc to the rear position, but you can also add a second disc. And by doing that, it's going to be much tighter, much firmer for installing, but now it's going to be locked in even better. All right, and again, to remove that, press down on the board, lift up, slide it out. Now, if you prefer to have a traditional fin screw instead of the locking discs for added security or peace of mind when you're out on the water, for a actually physically locked in bolt, you can remove the locking discs and use our Super Bolt, which is included with all boards that have a click fin like this. So once I've done that, I'm going to take this, I'm going to make sure that the plate is all the way down to the bottom, and then I'm going to remove the nut that goes on top. And I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to slide it into the rear part of the fin box and slide it to the back. Next, I'm going to take my fin and the brass pin. I'm going to slide it into the front of the fin box. And now I'm going to line these two up. So I'll line these two up and place it right over the top of the screw. Then I'm just going to take the nut and tighten that down. And I'm going to tighten it down nice and firm. All right. Now my fin is locked in. Really, this is the most secure way you can lock a fin in. The locking discs certainly do a great job, but if you just feel like you want a more secure connection, you can always use the included Super Bolt. So that's installing and removing your click fin with either locking discs or your Super Bolt. Hope you found this video helpful, and we'll see you on the water.